नाज़रीन इस वक्त मेरे साथ बारबरा लॉलर है, प्रेसिडेंट बेकर रियल एस्टेट। इनसे हम बातचीत करेंगे क्योंकि आज ही इनके पास बहुत अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन आई है जो आपका रियल नेट ब्रेकफास्ट में अटेंड की इन्होंने आज सुबह, उसके बारे में हम बातचीत करेंगे कि क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन वहाँ से आई है। Barbara, how are you?
Great, Zia.
Good
Wonderful.
to see you.
You too.
You just attended this morning a breakfast at RealNet.
Yes.
What you would like to share with audience?
I think what was really exciting for me is that 2015 so far, our sales are the fourth strongest year of the decade.
Okay.
And with knowing that we have many launches coming throughout the rest of the year, I think 2015 could possibly be one of the strongest years we've ever had.
Oh, that's a really good news, right?
Yes, it's fabulous news.
It's a good guideline to follow.
Definitely.
Let's talk about east side of the city.
Yes.
If you can make if you can make Young Street as a guideline.
Yes.
West side of the Young Street versus east side of the Young Street. Why east side of the Young Street is affordable, especially for first-time investors, and what you offer to audience at the east side of the city.
Well, you know, it's interesting because the west side of any great city is the first to develop, and you look at New York, the west side, you look at London's West End, you look at Paris, the West Bank, and always the west side develops first, and Toronto is no different. We have developed on the west side, but what has happened is that our products on the west side have become more expensive. So now the savvy investor is looking at where they can still get great affordable deals, but better deals than what the west side has, the value in the west side has risen to. So right now I'm starting to see the spotlight shift to the east side of Yonge Street, and we've just launched East United Condos, which is at Berkeley and King area. And King Street is amazing when you look at all the amenities that are being offered there. And yet our prices are so much better. So we're seeing the investors and the end users show up at this site. And I think we're going to see more of east side developments for 2015.
And you think the project which you're talking about, the east side project, is it feasible, it is viable for investor to invest?
Absolutely. The most surprising thing for me was to look at the rental numbers. And they were equal to what we are achieving on the west side. So I was really surprised at the rental numbers. So the return on investment really did work. And the interesting thing was that we are attracting quite a number of end users as well as investors. And the investors are very savvy. It's strictly about dollar per foot and return on investment. And the numbers really work.
Now, since audience are with us and we have to be very loyal with them, you think it's always wise to invest in condominium?
Absolutely. There's no question in my mind that condominiums are the future home. They're the homes of the future. Because if we look at what has happened with low-rise prices, many people are priced out of the market. They can't get in. With the difference, it's a new record. The difference between a low rise, the index price for low rise being up in like $9,000, and the index price for a condominium. The difference right now today is $288,000. You can buy a lot of condominiums for that price.
It wasn't $220,000 just
fairly in the last year. In the last year. So it's 288, it's a new record, and I think that definitely says that the future of home ownership in Toronto is tied very strongly to condominium ownership.
So you think that span would get wider and wider, like, you know, from 220 to 288, God knows, maybe 300 plus?
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm quite sure, because they're not making any more land. And so the land that we do have will have to be developed vertically.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Barbara. I know audience always learn new things when you appear in our program. It would be so much pleasure and privilege to have you on our program all the time.
Thank you, Sia.
Thank you. नाज़रीन, आपने देखा बारबरा ने बहुत अच्छी बात की ये जो स्पैन है प्राइस का बिटवीन कॉन्डो एंड लो राइज हाउसेज, इट्स गेटिंग वाइडर एंड वाइडर। तो इससे आपको लग रहा है कि लो राइज प्राइसेस कहाँ जा रही है और कॉन्डो कहाँ जा रहा है। यहाँ से हम चलते ब्रेक के ऊपर, जस्ट स्टे विद अस।